Okay. Alright, how are my audio levels? They look fine. Right, I guess we're rolling. Hey everybody. Oh gosh, this does look weird. Hi. I'm building a castle. Just cause, felt like it. In a castle building mood. Just sort of chilling. And I thought I'd share it with you, because why not? I'm still in the planning phase, so I thought it'd be an interesting little experience to share. Give you a break from all the Helldivers content, eh? Yeah. In case you're wondering what this whole thing is all about, this is a heavily modified version of my usual Age of Warfare mod pack. I've sort of added mostly crate add-ons, but I've also tried to, well, I've added in epic fights, which if you don't know, it's technically, it's sort of a companion mod to epic knights. They're designed to work together, although you do need an additional data pack to get the weapons to sync with like the fight animations. I've not managed to figure that out. I don't know if maybe I have the wrong pack installed, because anyway, that's a whole other shebang. I'm not going to bore you with that. But yeah, we're building a castle, basically. And yeah, I'm just sort of planning it out. I found this nice little hill. Well, I say little. I found a hill. It's in a pretty nice... Yeah, that's easier, actually. Use the compass. It's a pretty nice position. So, good tactical vantage point. As you can see, I'm going for, like... I've got 2 different Baileys. One of which guards like the sole entrance into the keep, and then another to actually hold the keep and some other buildings. I might also try and cram a couple in here, some less important ones. And then we've got space here for like a village maybe, and right now I'm just building a castle. But look, there's a little flat area here near the sea for like a little fishing village. We could maybe have some docks for a navy, because of course we have small ships installed. And I had a quick little poke around this mountain range over here. This would be great mining potential. So yeah, we're just kind of having a dick around, really. We're just having a chill time. I don't currently have any plans to resume the Age of Warfare livestream series. Like, I will do that. I'm not going to just leave it abandoned. Well, I mean, technically I have done that. But before I make any new livestream series, I'm going to conclude that one. I already have a couple of episode plans that I jotted down eons ago, it feels like. For some stuff to do for some last episodes, where we're going to fight the Hydra, we're going to find an ancient city, maybe try and get hold of a lightning dragon, because we have a fire dragon and an ice dragon. So I have a loose idea of how to conclude that series, but we're not really, that's not really on my to-do list at the moment. And obviously, if you're a regular on the channel, you know that Helldivers has taken up a lot of that time. But yeah, I'm just sort of mucking about with this. I'm also trying out some other mods to sort of make version 5 of the Age of Warfare mod pack, essentially. Version 4 is what we're using for the livestream series. So yeah, like I say, a lot of crate add-ons. And then, you know, we've still got, like, Ice and Fire and all that stuff. Even, we've also thrown in some Ad Astra. I kind of combined, not the mod pack I showed on that one thing where I was just having a meltdown trying to staple it together, but some of the mods from that have made their way into this. So we have Ad Astra. That's about it, really. It is, like, largely various crate add-ons. So we have... some additional metals. I have one that adds guns. We're using the same gun mod from that one mod pack that I hobbled together. Various train-related add-ons. Create the cannons is here. But aside from that, it's more or less it's the mod pack from the livestream series that you're all familiar with. But yeah, so anyway, focus is castle. So, I guess I'll run you through what I've done so far. So, this hill here is where potentially a village might go. But, like I say, castle first. Let's walk before we run. We've got a gatehouse here. I'm making the decision to have just one tower side of it, but we do have another one just over here. I was originally going to dig this out to be a trench, and then leave the Bailey sort of open on both ends. But I didn't think it's a very narrow thing, and it's just going to be a pain in the ass to like fortify the rest of this and prevent people from getting around. Because you could just waltz in, like a player could, or even like if they're leading a battalion of troops. I thought about deploying some. Which one of these add-ons is it? Yeah, this one. Create crafts and additions. So we do have barbed wire, but that kind of takes away from the castle look, and also it just seemed more faff than it was worth. So in the end, I've just put up a slightly curved wall, so it's 2 complete Baileys, basically. I've just finished putting together this wall, trying to sort of figure out the border, because I don't want this to take up too much space. I'm not going for like a mega base here. I'm just going for... I wanted to experiment with castle building, because we've not done it for a while, and I'm like somewhat re-entering my medieval obsession thing. You know how my autism is. Like, my interests just come and go, annoyingly, except Star Wars, that's the one that stays consistent. But yeah, I think the medieval stuff is sort of on the rise again in my brain. So, hence why this is happening, basically. I'm also going to see a castle in North Wales tomorrow. A dog-friendly one, just so I can take the pooch. It'd be a nice little day out. You know. Anyway, enough about that. So, yeah, I'm really not... I don't know why I put that bit in there. It's too close to the keep. But yeah, we've got quite a bit of space for some other buildings, so we could have maybe a forge, maybe a hall, you know, stuff like that. But I want to obviously get the layout sorted first. So yeah, this is going to be our road. We can use that just with the Astor carts, like the plough cart, to just drag it behind us and make the path. Because that's handy for that. It will be a difficult with all the hilliness, but we can make it work. So yeah, the keep's in a nice central position. I don't want to make it too overly large. So this is, I believe, 19 by 19, I think. And then I'm going to have a full building here to allow access into it from level 1. I'm kind of basing the main keep off of... I don't think I will have shown this online, but on the PlayStation 4 version of the game, I made like a very fortified, strong-looking keep that I built over like a week's time. So I'm kind of basing the keep off of that, but I'm trying a different approach with the Bailey and like the walls and the tower and all that stuff. For simplicity, I'm just going to use square towers. I thought about incorporating some round towers and maybe even some D-shaped towers. But the ergonomics of trying to work around this hill and figure out where everything's going to go without it looking too artificial is kind of an adventure in and of itself. So I'm going to just try and simplify what I can. Otherwise we're going to be here all year, and we don't want that. So yeah. I think what we should do now is figure out... I don't know, maybe I should do that after the walls, because that's not going to make much of a difference. Yeah, right. So let me just double check the size of this keep, just so I can sort of figure out what I can and can't do interior wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Yeah, it is 19 by 19. And I believe my keep on that other castle I mentioned was substantially bigger than that, but it's this basic shape. I'm also gonna... I'm not sure if I need corner towers. Most keeps of a certain size do just have towers at the corners. That's just standard practice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just like planning, but not really planning. This is the extent of the planning so far. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Also, we've got this nice little house over there. Little blacksmiths. Words, please. Blacksmith house over here, so I can sort of... it's basically a standard to try and hold myself to when we actually get to the building phase and like the block palette and all that, so I can try and not emulate it, but get it to the same extent as that, because I usually don't bother with texturing, and I want to try and indirectly make myself do that, because I want to improve that skill. I've not really paid it much attention in the past. So yeah, this is sort of a do this, but bigger and more castle-y is the rough idea. And then that tower there, that's also just a structure. I'm probably gonna like maybe bring that down a bit because it is like absurdly tall. But yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm gonna worry about this, as I have said many times, and then got sidetracked because Tism brain. Right. So yeah, loads of space in this corner especially. I think what I'm probably gonna do is like build up the trench on this side. I might do that after the walls are up low. So yeah. I think based on like the ergonomics and also the size of this particular part of the hill, I think that's probably about as large as we can make this comfortably without it taking up too much of the inner bailey. Pardon. So yeah, I'm also going to widen these towers. This is more so just to figure out the layout, because the walls are going to be 3 wide, so you're going to have battlements on the outside. I don't know why I'm making hand gestures, you can't see those. And then, you know, 2 blocks of space behind you, maybe with a railing behind you. So these 5 wide towers are going to have to be 7. And then the 7s are going to have to be 9, and then I have a 9 tower here. That might stay as 9, actually, just because I think any bigger than that, it's going to start sort of taking attention away from the keep. I do want this to be sort of the main tower besides the keep, because it's in a nice central position, it's near the keep itself, and it looks over both baileys equally well. So that's sort of the main fortified tower that's not, like, serving any other purpose. I've kind of decided on that. I'm probably going to fill this in, like I say, I was originally going to incorporate this trench as part of the natural defences, but I don't think it's quite trenchy enough to effectively do that, so it's just going to be a closed outer bailey, and then I might smoothen it out a bit and get some more buildings in there, maybe some... I could maybe get some farms in here, actually, yeah, so we can, like, outstand a siege. So yeah, I might get some sort of farming agricultural stuff in here, and then this is the more sort of, like the guards and the barracks and maybe a church. Yeah, I think I'd like to get maybe just a small church in here. I might just get like a vanilla villager church. I don't know. I think, weirdly, I want to get the walls settled on first, and then I think that's going to sort of basically get us to, like, nudge us to actually get some other stuff done. So yeah, I think I should get the walls sorted first, and then we can fix the terrain around them, and then figure out our other buildings. Okay, yes, right. That's what we're doing. We are working on the walls. So, first step, we want to widen them. In fact, wait. This is only planning, so yeah, we don't need to widen it, because we can of course just build over them, and then remember to widen them. So yeah, any 5 towers is going to be 7, 7 is going to be 9, etc, etc. I do want to make sure that this gatehouse in particular, because we've got the create mod, I want to give it a functioning portcullis like I did on the livestream series. So I want to make sure that it's wide enough to fit a portcullis contraption. The towers are like a comfortable size, so they don't feel like they're sort of strangling the gate, if that makes sense. Like they're sort of too dominating over it. And then of course one of these towers is going to hold the internals for the actual mechanism that makes the portcullis go up and down, similar to the livestream series again. So, I'm wondering if maybe we should take the gatehouse away just to sort of figure out the design of that. I feel like that might be a good step to go, actually, and then this can be the starting point of the walls, and then we can work on the rest of the walls around it. Yeah, I think I might do that. Ooh, the blue moon, hello. So yeah, we want 5 wide, because, you know, this isn't going to be a well, I guess, depending on who you ask, you could define this as massive, but actually it's kind of on par with Edward Castle, as I called it, because my last name's Edward, and I'm very unoriginal when it comes to naming things. But yeah, okay, so step 1, we want to figure out the gatehouse, so let me just clear these out. Yeah, let's build this somewhere else a bit more spacious, down here maybe, and then just figure out the gatehouse design. I think it's going to be our first step. But yeah, there's loads of space here actually. We could even... It's a bit too foresty. Yeah, clearing out all this woods would take ages, so... As good as that would be, I kind of do like what we've got. Oh! Is that a lightning dragon nest? I didn't realise we were so close to one. We sure are, and it's a stage 3 by the look of it. Oh well. Keep an eye on that then. Yeah. I'm surprised it's not up and about, because I'm sure the lightning dragons are nocturnal. Anyway, let's not worry about the dragon, but obviously let's stay vigilant about it, because it is a fucking dragon, and it's kind of a big deal. But we are in creative at this time, so it's not going to bother us, that's for sure. Right, so let me just get some water and a sponge so we can just get rid of the grass, because that's going to get on our nerves. There we go. Bit laggy. Very laggy, in fact. I do have a lot of mods loaded, to be fair, so that's probably not helping. But yeah, so we want to get this gatehouse sorted, so we want a bit of space, and then these towers. Let's just build it as it was over there for consistency's sake, and then we'll figure out the alterations that we know we're going to make. Oh, everything gets... I'm pretty sure this is... So yeah, everything under the moon has the luck enchant or potion effect, whatever you want to call it. Interesting. I didn't think it worked like that. Right, so let's figure this out. So, actually, hang on. I would just go straight to yet normal stone, but I'm pretty sure that due to create and some of its add-ons, we should now have brick variants of the other stone types. No, we've also, of course, got some entirely new material. Yeah, we've got granite, diorite, and andesite, like bricks and stuff, and also calcite and dripstone. And what? My goodness, there's a lot of brick varieties. So yeah, we've got a much widened block palette to work with, because obviously last time I sort of built a castle on the scale, I was on Bedrock Edition, so no mods obviously, because Bedrock mods didn't exist back then, and even nowadays they're, I don't know, I have weird feelings about them, they just don't feel right. Anyway, so we could go in another direction here. Knowing me, I'm probably still going to use stone, but we do have other options, so let it be known. Scorch here, Scoria. Yeah, we've got new materials as well on top of that. And Crimsite, Azurin. So loads to choose from, but I think, yeah, this is already quite a task, so I'm going to try and keep it fairly vanilla. Because we're also going to like decorate it with like things like braziers, and we're going to have guards patrolling the walls, and also some medieval siege weapons. So yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to try and stick to a fairly vanilla palette. So this will kind of somewhat... Oh yeah, we've got Dreadstone, but I'm not going to use Dreadstone because it's a bit too dark, and also it's indestructible, so that's kind of gonna be weird. Right. About chimney conduit, well. And then I'm sure, doesn't Cataclysm add some stone brick decorations from Cataclysm? Do excuse me, that is my phone. Let me put it on Do Not Disturb. Right, that was a bit unnecessary. Little hyena. Shut it. Anyway. Alright, now you're just being obnoxious. Anyway. Oh yeah, we've got... So yeah. I am getting very sidetracked. So let's just... For now, let's just, as a baseline, use stone brick. Just so we can actually get on with building. So, I want to have a gap of 3 blocks when this thing is open, which means we're going to need 3 blocks of space above the portcullis. So we need at least 7 blocks tall. This wall needs to be at a minimum. 5, 6, 7. It's taller than I would have liked it to be, but that's how tall it needs to be to fit this mechanism. Because we need the shaft up here to actually raise and lower it, and then we need sufficient space up here to actually get it out of the way. So that's how high the walls need to be. And said walls are going to be 3 wide, as we said earlier. This is quite distracting, the like first person. That's just because we've got epic fights thingy. But I want to try and get it working because it intrigues me a lot, the combat mechanics behind that. I just wish we could get it working with the epic knights items because that's kind of the whole point. But anyway, I digress. So because the mechanism is going to be here, we can make this a bit more decorative. So let me go ahead and get some stone brick. Oh yeah, we've got these weird flags. I'm not sure we're going to need those, honestly. But anyway, let's get slabs and... Where the hell are the stairs? Some of them are here. They're a bit out of order, these. Anyway, you know what, actually, let me just... In fact, ooh, I'm not sure I want to change the peaceful because that's going to despawn the dragon. But maybe game rule mob. Is mob spawning not a thing you can disable? No, I guess not. Okay. Well, another workaround. Game rule. Do daylight cycle false. And we won't have any new hostile mobs spawning then. Just because noise. Anyway. I might make this 8 high actually, just so we can then have a floor on top of the shaft. Yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, the shaft's going to go here, and then we're going to want a floor above it, so it's an actual functional wall that you can traverse. Yeah, okay. And, oh, I've just thought, once we finish this design, we can just use the schematics to just copy-paste it over where we need it to go, so we won't have to build this a second time. Cool. And then we can also do it on that one and just manually remove this other tower, because of course only one of them needs to have the mechanism inside. The other you can just use as a tower for troops to get in and out of. Okay, I think we'll focus on the gate portion firstly. It doesn't matter which one of these is got the thing, but let's do it this way. Yeah, I reckon we can just bring the towers in, so we could just have it like that. Yeah, that'll work plenty fine. So this will be the actual tower. So that's, you know, decently spacious. Or does it mean... I don't want it to be dwarfed by the thickness of the wall, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be that large, because as long as you can get up one via ladder... I mean, I would ask chat, but there's... Okay, there is one person here. A spiral staircase would be cool. And it's at a multiple of 4, so it would work, a spiral staircase. Let's have a think about this. I think I will widen it. In fact, tell you what, we'll have one of these be a 7 wide, and we'll have another be a 5 wide, and then we can just see which one looks a bit better. And then we can, you know, just alter the other one before we copy-paste it to the rest of the build over there. Splendid. Hello, Pumbaa. I will name you Pumbaa because, again, I am shit at naming things. Right. So, first of all, we're going to need the mechanism. Now, of course, viewers of the live stream series will already know how to build one of these, but I will run through it since I don't know who's watching, and maybe they didn't watch the live stream series. There are a lot of episodes of it, to be fair, so hello if you're new, and also hello if you're not new. So, let me think. We need shaft, we need a rope pulley. I can never sort of pick it out from this menu. Chemical piston. Oh, here we go, rope pulley. We're gonna need. We don't need chain because it comes with its own rope. Because yeah, that's of course how that works. We're then of course going to need some gearboxes to redirect the current. I talk about it like it's electricity, which we all know it isn't. Hand crank to actually use it because we you know, we don't want a wireless portcullis. That's just going to be weird for this theme. So we want manually used, like they did in the olden days. That's kind of it, really. Yeah. So the rope pulley itself is going to go here. That works. We only need the shaft to go that way, but just for completion's sake, I'm also going to set it this way, just so it looks a bit better and it's a bit more supported then. Wait a minute. Yeah, this wall doesn't need to be as... Okay, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to make both the... We can always downscale them after the fact. As long as the internals fit in one of the towers, then it'll be fine. So yeah, let's just make them 7 wide. Because small is... That sentence wasn't going to make sense. 5 is very small for towers when the wall itself is 3 thick. So yeah, there we go. I'm wondering if we should just... Yeah, just so it's as close to the gate as possible, we'll just send it here. So, redirect it down here. We want it at this level just so it's at a comfortable elevation for whoever's about to use it. And then, in the original design, I use gearboxes, but we can actually just put normal shaft and then put an andesite casing to hide it. So, that's what we'll do this time. And then, boom, hand crank goes on. And then obviously do the same on the other side. And boom. Let's build up the walls a bit just so it looks a bit more proper. And then we'll of course actually design the walls after the fact. So this will lower it and this will raise it. But then we of course need the gate itself. And for the gate I'm going to use iron gates somewhere in here. Here we go. Iron gates from Furnish. Now the reason I'm going to use these, they do look a little odd admittedly, but you can open them. So if you're in a hurry and you can't be asked, you know, winding it up, going through and then going down, you can just open it and walk right through. That's more so, like, the winding mechanisms are more so because it looks cool, and also, like, if you're transporting, say, some troops, like a large number of them, just so you don't have to open every one, you can just wind it up and down and open the whole thing. So that's the gate. We then, of course, need to glue it all together, which is a very self-explanatory thing. Yay, area of contact. Very nice. Yes. There's no hand crank on this side, so let me just real quick steal this one, and boom. So, that lowers it. And then if we shift to send it the other direction, lag will ensue, but eventually, thank you, it'll be up and out the way, and then you can walk right through, and then of course you can lower it again, just like that. And that creeper will not be getting into our kingdom of the woods, which is identical to this area. So the mechanism works. The gate itself is a little sort of messy looking, so let's get some shape established, and then we'll worry about the actual block palette. So we want to... Yeah, how are we going to do this? We want to have it so that the mechanism part is hidden. So we want it to be like way down here. We don't want it much shorter than that because we might have some troops on horseback, for example. I don't want to have to make this taller. So we won't make it taller. We will just, yeah, it's not the greatest, admittedly, but it works. So that's what we'll do. I think, yeah, the walls on the livestream series were taller, but obviously that was a pre-built structure that I purchased because I thought it was a worthwhile purchase. I mean, for a city that size, £9, I thought it was a worthwhile purchase, but our opinions may differ on that. So yeah, it's not flawless, but it mostly hides the mechanism, and then we can comfortably get horses in and out of it. I might... Well, we want to get some decoration here, don't we? Let's just get a little indent first of all. Let's worry about shape and then block palette. I don't know about that. Let's try some walls, maybe. Just for the different texture, let's go with some cut andesite brick walls, maybe. That looks strange. Let's not do that. We want a different texture, so maybe try cobble. Yeah, okay. What if we maybe... Ooh, how about... Yeah, bit minimalist, but, you know, adds some block variety, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, that'll do. We don't need to glamify the whole thing, as long as it's... We want functionality first and foremost with this thing, so yeah. Right. We want battlements on one side of the wall. I'm going to make some pretty basic crenellations there. We could potentially, if we get a stone brick wall, what we could do is maybe incorporate some articulations so you can fire arrows down. And I think, you know, for something like a gatehouse, that's a pretty handy thing to have, because this is like the first primary defense, so you want to have every advantage you can get. So yeah, I think for the gatehouses we'll have articulations. And then maybe the rest of the wall will have it as well, but the gatehouses are certainly going to have some articulations, like these little gaps here, so you can fire arrows down. I think that's good, yeah. And then these towers will obviously do that. We can still make this tower accessible, so like, say if there's something wrong with the mechanism, or for whatever reason you want to like disable it, we can get a little sort of workspace in here so you can go up and down and like, attends to the shaft in case something's out of place or anything like that. So like almost like a maintenance tunnel, but a vertical one. So we could do that certainly. That's Pumba. Do you still have the luck thing? Is that just a visual glitch? These snakes don't have it. Maybe just any mob that was under the blue moon has it. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked yet again. So, for the actual design, for the actual design of the towers, we're just going to focus on this one. I think that looks a bit too textured. I think what we should instead do is have stone as the base of it. We will keep that. I'm trying to remember, because I built like a really big gatehouse with like a 2-layered portcullis on my bedrock world. I should really show that castle off, because I'm quite proud of it, especially for a vanilla castle. Even though I didn't actually finish it, because there was a load of like, there was like a little village and a market stall and all that other stuff that I was going to build in the Bailey that I didn't build. But anyway, it's a cool castle. You just have to take my word for it, because obviously it's not publicly accessible. But I like it. Anyway, I'm trying to remember what sort of how I did that. Of course, this is a much smaller scale we're working with here. Let's worry about the towers first, and then we can come back to the gatehouse. For the towers, we are going to use primarily stone, and then stone brick for the these bits. Which then, of course, is going to indirectly force us to adapt this, but we'll worry about that after the fact. I think for the gatehouses, we'll have the battlements on both sides. Most of the wall, the battlements are only going to be on the outside. But we do have 2 baileys to consider, so that might get a little bit blurred, to be fair. So, I don't know. The middle wall that connects the 2 baileys might be double battle-mounted. But anyway. So yeah, we want to make sure that the floors are 4 tall, so that the spiral staircase will actually line up correctly. Yeah, right, so this is going to be our first story. I'm going to have it so that the first block of each floor will be stone brick. Yeah, so the actual ground is still going to be down there. So it's not going to line up with the floor, it's going to be slightly above that. Let me just get rid of this other stuff, like crate stuff, we don't need that. Just for simplicity, we're going to use spruce planks as our flooring. This is sort of an example. I'll probably keep, because you can't get much better than spruce planks when it comes to floor, let's be real here. Especially for like the lowly towers. And then there we go, that lines up with that. So yeah, and it'll even line up with the battlements. And then we want, of course, make it 1 story taller than the wall, because otherwise it's going to look a bit odd. And then, like I normally do with towers, the top of it is going to be slightly wider than the other bit, so it sort of naturally forms some battlements around it like that. This is a bit short and stubby for a tower of this width, but let's just see how the... Yeah, see, my concern is towers that are this thick and also fairly tall, being too close together around the gate, they're almost going to look like they're sort of dominating the gate, which would be imposing if you're trying to invade the castle. So, you know, psychologically it would actually be a good idea to make it that way, but from like appreciating the architecture side of it, it's going to look a little sort of claustrophobic almost. Let's finish this first tower and see how it winds up. Is this too tall now? 2, 3, 4. Yes, it is. This needs to be where the battlements go. I've made it slightly too tall on the floor. Do excuse me. This is where it widens, because 2, 3, 4, 1. Yes. So let's just quickly whip that back up. Maybe that's why it looked strange. Let's see. I'm confused as to what I'm trying to do here. Let's just, for simplicity, line this so that we know that that's the, like, where the next floor would start if we hadn't just cut it off here for these battlements we're about to install. And then it lines up correctly. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. It would look better if it was, you know, more space between each floor, but like that's gonna really fuck with the spiral staircase we want going up, because multiples of 4 is what you want with the spiral staircase, because just of how that all works within the limitations of the game. So let's fill in the walls. We're gonna sort of hobble this together. We want to keep it fairly basic, and then we can get a bit more fancy with the main keep when we eventually come to that, but that's going to be quite a long way away. we will not be finishing. Probably won't be finishing anything. By the end of this stream. I don't know how long the stream is going to be. I'm just sort of making it because I feel like it. I was, planning it out. I was just sort of muttering to myself like a madman, and I thought this is a fairly entertaining conversation. I might as well share it with those who are even remotely interested, which is going to be about 5 of you. So let's just quickly throw together the wall, get rid of these slabs so that actually fits, and then I'm just going to quickly throw it. That's just going to be a standard door, but for now we'll just make a little archway. So that's the base of the tower. I'm going to build up this one just to see how it looks with both of them. Let's just do like the front wall and also the wall that sort of eclipses the tower, for lack of a better term. So yeah, we don't need to build the whole. I mean, we will eventually, but just for this demonstration, to sort of gauge how it looks, let's just do these 2 walls for now. There we go. I did have a bit of a cock up here with the height of this bit. There we are. And then do the same on this side. Oh yeah, these bits too, those are also in the way. I fix it that side. Right. It'd look a bit better if they had rounded corners. It wouldn't be quite as dominating. I think the squareness is part of the problem, but I mean, we could always move it over, and that's not going to be an issue. But as it's currently built, that is then going to interfere with the portcullis mechanism. But we could easily move that over further. But it is going to make it weird having the interior. We're going to be able to maximize space more efficiently for like storage, and we can have like a little floor just as a demonstration. So let's use this tower. So say we have the staircase here, it's going to take up this bit. We can have 1 layer floor here, and we can have some loopholes or arrow slits, so you can fire at oncoming enemies, basically. I want to make this a fairly functional castle, is sort of what we're going for. So yeah, I think it's best to keep them square, because we're going to be able to make the most use out of the interior that way. And although it is a bit dominating, it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. So I think this is an appropriate size. It does look a little bit off, but it's not like distracting, I don't think. Unlike that blazing skeleton down there. So yeah, I think that's a good size. Alright, so scale we've got sorted. Yeah, okay, good. We then want to, of course, install some battlements up here. I wonder, do we put matriculations up here as well, or do we just have normal crenellations without matriculations? I don't know. Do let me know if any of this castle jargon goes over anyone's head. Just a comment will suffice. What does matriculation mean? I'll quickly go through that one. It's just this little gap here in between these sort of sticky up bits you can hide behind, so that if someone stood under the gate, like say that skeleton there, you can just sort of spy them there and then fire away with your bow. So that's what a matriculation is, in case anyone was confused about that. So yeah, maybe for the towers, at least initially, I'm going to just do some fairly basic battlements like that. It does make it look a bit top-heavy and a bit stubby, it might look a bit better with the articulations. It's a little chunky. We don't want this to look too chunky. So that also has a weird sort of effect. I don't know. It does look better, definitely. Doesn't look quite as just, you know, pure chunk. I guess that's probably the way to go then, yeah. And then for the second and third story, not the ground floor. You never put windows on the ground floor for a fortified place because someone could just break in and get through the window. So that's one of the Square GB castle building tips. Do not put windows on the ground floor if it's a fortified thing. But yeah, so we want some fairly simplistic Arishlet here and here. And then obviously this tower, we want to maybe just do it on this side because, you know, portcullis mechanism will be in the way. So what I might do is just something like this, or potentially even this. Or maybe we can go a little half and half. If we get like a mock floor in here, just sort of test it out how functional it is. So we've got a spiral staircase here, and then you've got access here, so you can peek through. Maybe we could do this, because that's still a pretty good size. And then, you know, say they'll return fire, you can just quickly dip here. You've got good visibility. They wouldn't be nearly this open in real life, but we don't really have anything that can adequately plug it up, because if we put stone, that's just going to fill in. And it looks... I'm not sure if that's too much detail now. Maybe if we had, like... What about this? That could work. Do we have stone walls? Is that a thing? Like smooth stone wall? It's not. We do have these stone tile walls. Thanks to Cataclysm. Will they break it up a bit? So that's even more detail. That's just going to keep it stranger. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm sure we have... Oh, we have coppercat beams. I'm pretty sure you can put these vertically, these coppercat slabs. Oh, we do also have walls. Do those connect? They do, okay, and then just plot stone. That might work. Yeah, that way it's not too detailed. That could work. Let's see how it looks with both floors with those installed. So we want stairs here, right? Yeah. And then we want copycat walls using stone. It's a bit close to those battlements up the top. Maybe for this floor we just have normal stone. Let's see how this looks with just the normal wall. Oh wait, that's a slab. I mean, it is pretty open. Let's see how it looks with stairs, because you only really need one block of visibility. I'm not quite convinced by that. Maybe if we altered the bottom as well? Ooh, that's not what I was going for. I was going for this, but let's see how this looks as well. That could be interesting. It's a bit too repetitive. Let's go with my original idea. What are they trying to shoot at? Or is there a... Ah, okay, there's a patrol over there. I was wondering what was shooting at what then. Now we know. I think there's like not enough space between them, like they're too regular. So it's a bit off-putting, as is all that fire. What about this? I don't know. I feel like we don't want too much detail on a build this relatively small. Ooh, I don't know. This is gonna be awkward. That's a cool little fall animation. I think that's epic fights at work there. Maybe if we had just one. I'm unconvinced this is going to look better, but let's just see. See, now the wall looks too empty. If it was like 9 by 9, I think that would be a good balance for like window spacing. But we don't want to go much bigger than this, because this is already a bit dominating over the gate. And we don't want these to take up too much space, because then we won't have enough space within the bailey for extra buildings. Right, I think we're nearly done with this cocking around window design, but let's just see if I can get something that I'm at least content with. I don't know. Okay, just for the sake of moving on, because I'm sure I'm boring people to tears, I'm gonna just use that as, at the very least, a placeholder design for the arrow slits. Actually, we don't want any on this side, because that's where the wall's going to continue, so no need for them here. That's redundant. So on this side, and some on this side. So yeah, the gatehouses are going to be double-sided when it comes to their battlements. And then a little ring of wood, leaving space for the staircase. And then up here we could have maybe do this. It's gonna look interesting. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice little feature there. Maybe make the corners full blocks so it looks a bit more. Maybe putting a circle and a square isn't the best idea. Yeah, that looks a bit off now, so let's just make it fully that way. That's a bit better. And then what I'll probably do for these, I think some towers will have roof accessible. Those ones I think are going to have, I'll maybe continue the stair column up and into a flagpole. And then I'll leave some towers not roof accessible, or those ones will maybe be with a ladder instead, and we can have a brazier up in the center like this. That's going to look nice. Yeah. So some are going to be braziers, others are going to be flagpoles. We don't want the flagpoles to be too regular, because that's just going to be a bit distracting. We want those to be a bit sparing. Maybe like one every third or fourth tower might have a flagpole. We'll see. We'll figure it out as we place them. Let's just work on the core design for now. Right, so I think this tower is nearly there design-wise. Should we maybe get some buttress? Well, they're not buttresses, but sort of supports. Just clear out some extra trees. Boom, 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 boom. And you as well. Fill this in, because that floor visibility there is a little bit distracting. Because we can only really put them on this side and this side, because one side is going to connect back to the wall, and the other's of course got a gate. Maybe if they were slightly taller. I don't want to go much higher than that. Maybe up to the first floor. Ooh, yeah, that's nice actually. Okay, yeah. We'll add those little supports that like bring up to, so that this extra, well, this ground floor looks like extra fortified. Why is making those growling noises? I know that's like a sound effect added by the zombie awareness mod, which basically makes zombies smarter and more responsive. And I know skeletons can make those noises, but surely creepers don't. That would just be weird. Also, friend, your toes are backwards. You might want to get that looked at by a botanist or, you know, a plant doctor, whatever, whatever they're called. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure creepers are made of moss. But that's just a theory. Right. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let me also... In fact, instead of making the hill look sort of weirdly thingy like that, let's just do this. That's gonna be better. Then we can finish off these walls as well. Right, I think we're getting there on the gatehouse is starting to come together, and then that'll sort of lead the way for how the rest of the walls will be designed. So once this tedious process is done, it'll sort of like get us started with the other bits. Oh yeah, and then we want the actually, yeah, I guess those gates, they're not going to be in the way of the circuitry. We've just obviously got to mind it. So yeah, that'll be fine. Then of course these ones don't even need windows because they're just going to continue in this direction anyway, so they'd be facing a wall, which is, I don't need to tell you that that's absolutely useless, so let's just, you know, continue that. And then some up here as well. And as I say, once we've built it the first time, we can then just use the schematics to copy paste it where it needs to go, so we don't need to sit through all this again. I just said that windows here would be useless, and I said it for a reason. Why don't I listen to myself? I only listen to myself when I'm having a financially irresponsible thought, like buy that overpriced Lego set. I'm considering there's a certain thing that's selling, honestly. The First Order Star Destroyer from 2017. I just don't play with it a lot. And it's the only sequel trilogy set I own, so it's a bit of an outlier, because I'm kind of an army builder for the Empire, the Separatists, and the Republic. So to have just one First Order set just feels weird. And also, I never really pay much attention, I think largely for that reason. And there's an Imperial Star Destroyer coming up soon, which I've been waiting for a long time, actually, because the last Playscale version was 2014, so I've kind of been waiting since that one got discontinued. So I'm hyped for that, and I'm absolutely going to buy it, especially with that Cal Kestis minifig. That's cool. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. The gatehouse is looking decent. I think let's just make this a bit more simplistic. I'm going to try and make the block palette more in line with here. Maybe just this section needs to be stone. Yeah, that already is a decent bit of variation. And then we can put some flags here, because I tend to make like 3 different flag designs. I think I got that from like GinTube, who whenever he builds castles, he has like 3 different flag designs that he puts all along each other. I think it's probably like multiple houses that are formed an alliance, that sort of thing. Like, you know, like the Baratheons and Lannisters coming together, that sort of thing. Even though none of them are really Baratheons. Anyway, so yeah, flag space here. I think that's enough variation for the gatehouse. I think that looks good as is. Yeah. I think it's a pretty good, small-ish gatehouse. Cool. I forgot the stairs up here. Oopsie-daisy. So we only really need to, like, get some doorways. What the hell happened there? Get some doorways here, and obviously the floors and interiors for the towers. Pardon again. And then that gatehouse is more or less done, I would argue. Yeah, okay. So, this one's got its floors, this one does not. And then we also, of course, have to leave space for the mechanism. I think the creepers are making that noise. That's just not a noise I envision creepers making. It doesn't fit with the rest of their theme at all. I might get rid of zombie awareness, I'm not gonna lie. I just thought like the added challenge of making the zombies more difficult. But we've got so many other enemies added in, like from Minecraft dungeons, and also all the ice and fire stuff as well. We probably don't need difficult zombies on top of that. So yeah, I'll probably get rid of that mod. And then we want, of course, the floor. I can fix that with some andesite casing, so that it's still kind of floor adjacent, and it's even a very similar texture. So yeah, that works even better than I was thinking it would. Cool. And then that, of course, doesn't need, because that's where the mechanism ends. So yeah, that is pretty good. I have a spiral. That one over there, like the other tower, I'm going to have a spiral staircase. This one might be fine just with ladders. I don't know. Yeah, maybe this one should be a more sort of utility sort of base of stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But maybe this one could maybe have sort of like a workshop inside and some other types of machines. I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about that. I've had kind of an idea, actually, with how we could better utilize these towers, because only one of these really needs to be accessible for humans, so that they can get onto the walls and, you know, defend the castle. I'm just gonna itch my ear for a second because it's a little bit thingy. Right, there we go. Apologies for that. Anyway, so yeah, this tower is going to have a spiral staircase. I'm thinking this one, I'm going to sort of repurpose into like sort of a kind of means of power generation, because we can maybe get some. I was going to say water wheels, but then we've got to get water involved, and that's going to be weird and complicated. But we could get something in here to like generate power. We have all this other means. Like, we have electricity, and we even have diesel fuel. But obviously we need to find fuel for that. So, I'll think about that later. Let's work on this tower first, because this is a much more simple tower in terms of how we're going to make it. Internal design-wise. Or interior design, not internal. I was wondering why that sounded so weird. So let's put the gate here. The door is always going to be on like the inside, if that makes sense. So like if you're outside the keep, you can't just stroll into the tower and get in, because that's obviously a completely idiotic way to design that for defense. Let's get a door. Redwood door could look nice, but I think the spruce door just looks a bit more castle-y. I would just install the mod, but then I've got to reload the game, so we're just going to have to put up with those admittedly annoying noises for now. Like, really annoying, goddamn. Sounds more like a cat than a monster. There we go. Now we just need our spiral staircase, and then this tower is basically done. We just need to get some torches in here. So let's get rid of that. So we want a log. I'm thinking maybe stripped spruce is going to look nice. And then for stairs, wood would make more sense, because of course we've got wood flooring. Let's go with just spruce for now. Okay. So there we go. We've got, or I don't know. I think that's too much wood. We should make this a different material. I think we've got stone pillars now, haven't we? Thanks to Cataclysm, right? Yeah, we've got stone pillars. Those look quite nice. A little bit Roman, but actually, yeah, that's a bit too pillory. I'm sure there was another stone pillar. What about that other one? Where were you? This one. Let's try this one. That's also pretty detailed, honestly. Less detailed. That's a bit too ornate for something that's supposed to be pretty like efficient. Maybe just stone brick would be better. Let's see. Let's just get the staircase up for now. I think what I perhaps should... I think for the keep, whenever we have a spiral staircase, we're going to have stone floors. But yeah, so let's get some spruce planks as well. And then just start getting our staircase started. So there you go. That's why you want your floors to be multiple of 4, so that it lines up properly, and then you are back at the beginning. So it's a great little trick, that. So do feel free to use it, because you know the spirit of Minecraft is like sharing ideas for builds. At the end of the day, you're doing it wrong if you're getting, oh, that's my idea, sort of about it. Like if someone's passing it off as their own, then yeah, obviously. But I don't know what this conversation's evolving into. It's got into some like copyright shit. Share your ideas, but also like don't pass them off as your own. That's just lame. Anyway. And then, like I say, this is probably going to be... Yeah, I think I'll transition it into logs. Let me get that as sort of marking the end of that, and it turns into this. Or maybe, hang on. Yeah, we've got a... Hang on. Where are you? I know I've got... It's in the Valhelsia tab, I'm pretty sure. Where is it? Yeah, we've got these. That might look a bit better. Oh yeah, that's loads better. Okay. And then make that, maybe that. And then we go to fence. I'm thinking oak for the actual flagpole itself. A lantern on the top. And then you can like build a flag out of wool, which just for demonstrative purposes I'll do now. So I'm going to use red and white wool because England. There we go. That's our flag. And then yeah, I think I'm going to make this a ladder-based tower, so we can have brazier on this one, so I can show off both designs for that. Maybe have the ladder here? Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. That'll work. What is their deal? And they're trying to get into my... Get out of here. A lot of you. Clear off. There you go. And then... Ladder. We do have all these other types of ladders. We've got these 3D ones, and then we've also got the various create ladders, and also some Ad Astra ladders. Interesting. I think we'll just go with basic ladders, though. Ooh, a ladder climbing animation. I wasn't expecting this. This mod keeps on giving, even if it's very weird looking in first person. So yeah, this one's going to have just a flat floor. I might change it to cobblestone, actually. Just so it's not too heavy on stone brick. Yeah, that looks better already. And then a little trapdoor. Again, spruce, because spruce is just a great wood type. And then we want our brazier in the middle, like so. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now we just need to sort the interior for this tower. Make sure they're both lit. And then we're basically done with the gatehouse, which will sort of drive forward. So yeah, I'm wondering for this middle space, could we maybe get something that generates power packed in here? Just serving some kind of extra function. Because we've already got crate stuff in here. I wonder if maybe we could take that idea further. Maybe just have some sort of thing that generates power and then get it into the floor and you can make some power lines down there or something. I don't know. Or maybe it should just be like storage, because that one's for like defending the place and this other one could be to store various supplies like arrows and maybe some armor sets. Yeah, okay, I think that makes more sense. Use it as a storeroom. So let's get some workbenches in here maybe, just because this empty space down here is uncomfortable for me. Let's see, what makes sense to put in here? I don't want to use too many villager workstations, because then if we have like a villager population in the castle... Actually, I don't think I am, but just like... One thing that hurts me is when you have villager workstations, and then villagers just come barging in, and you say if you're using barrels, and then you just have like 1 million fishermen. I really think Mojang could use like a little slider on each workstation saying like, this isn't used by villagers, this is like decorative only or something like that. And like any that you place, it's off by default, and then you can change it to, oh, I've bored my singular viewer because they're gone. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm sure you can put together one. You can pick up one, put down, just from that brief waffle. Right, let's have a think. Oh, wait a minute, I've just remembered a mod I meant to add to this. Iron chests. It adds various chests that, like, increase their storage capacity, and also they just look nice. So I'll have to chuck that in when I remember to, and also get rid of zombie awareness, because the noises are just annoying. Could also get some quarters for the guards. Yeah, that'd be good. And some chests. Maybe some bookshelves. Actually, wait, we have furniture. We have furnish, so let's use these. Get some tables in here. And stuff like that, yeah. Okay. That's kind of pointless actually, because you can't actually use the tables themselves. They don't have to be completely round fill, because that's also going to look weird. So let's just have a couple. Maybe a table there, and a chest. And then we of course want some light, so I'm going to use lanterns. And for this one we can have them like right in the ceiling, or even just next to the ladder. Yeah. And they can have some stuff here maybe. Actually, I'm sure there's a little decorative book stack you could chuck on here. Or a chessboard. Guards could have a little game of chess while they're off duty. There you go. And maybe up here you could have some storage for maybe maintaining the portcullis. And also, hang on a minute, I meant to put some andesite alloy on that shaft there, just so there's not like a hole in the wall. Boom. Boom. There we go. And then maybe might put another table here. That's just a good space to have a table. And then maybe an armor stand. So you can keep a set of armor here for the guards. Yeah. have like a fairly minimalist. We don't want to clutter this place because it's still like you want to have space to move around so you can defend the place. And then this top bit, I guess we should keep fairly open so it can, you know, still function as it's supposed to. This bit we might just have maybe put on this side. And then maybe just one table there. And don't we have chairs as well? Yes. We could have little chair here. And there you go. There we go. Okay, I think that might just about do it. Now let's make sure this is lit as well. And you're gonna have maybe some storage here as well. Yeah. Right, I think that'll probably do for the gatehouse. I think that is a finished gatehouse now. Well done us. Cool. Yeah, I like it. I wonder if we should bother with the flags now? I guess we might as well. I kind of already know what 3 designs I'm going to use because it's the same designs I typically use for the modded stuff. So let's get ourselves a loo and then quickly throw together these banner designs. So I want a white one, a blue one, and a red one. You can probably already see the theme. But let's just... yeah. So I want 4 white dye, 3 red, and then I want 1 yellow dye with the banner pattern of where is it? Lion on hind legs. And then I might make that a Crusader cross. Actually, I was going to have the England flag, but I might, just for the sake of variation. Most important flag, of course, even though it's completely historically inaccurate, because this flag did not exist in medieval times, but it's a flag design I do love. The Union Jack, boy. Wabam. Then for our white one, we could go with England, or we could maybe go for a Crusade cross. I think I will do that, just so it's a bit more varied. And then we want the lion. It's a bit simplistic. Hang on. Maybe I can... let me do the lion first, and then maybe I can get a border around it. Let's see. See what else we can do. I'm surprised there's not just a wraparound border. Oh, no, there is. Ah, it's a bit too thick. Okay, we'll just leave that as is. We don't want to overcomplicate the banners. So, we have Union Jack in the middle. We have... that. Yeah, that's nice. Let me just change them on that so it's... look at that. Yes. And then we of course want to then make a schematic of that. So we can copy paste it where it needs to go, and then let me preemptively get a empty schematic and a schematic table so we can then paste it. Oh yeah, hang on, we're gonna need a block we can then get to the correct height width. Make sure this goes to the right corner. Yeah, that should work. Let's just see. Let's just make sure everything's included. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, the ground is included. Nice, nice. So let me just quickly throw this in there just for completion's sake. So make sure everything. Ooh, it's a bit tight that side. Yeah, let me bring it out a bit further just so we've got a margin of error. And then we also get rid of these just in case we're not in that biome, and then like if you want to make this in survival, for example, it doesn't then require you to have these things, because I made that mistake when I made a tower design and there was some tall grass around, and then you just use tall grass to get it built, and it's a bit annoying. So let me just make sure that isn't the case here. So everything's in frame. Yep. Get rid of this grass. Just for consistency's sake, I'm going to also bring this forward so it's as simple as it can be. And then I might make some of these designs public, who knows. But for now I'm just sort of mucking around for mucking around's sake. Let me close the curtains and also turn on the light because it's a little dark. Apologies for twatting the headset, that may well have made a dreadful noise. Right, I think that's it. So, Gatehouse 1. And there we go. So we can then take that and shove it where we need it to go in both places. So let's go ahead and oh yeah, it's up here. Gatehouse. Do we want to rotate it? We want to make sure this is aligned correctly. It's going to be a bit tricky. It's also a bit too high, I think, so let's first. Oh, hang on, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. Change the mode, so bring it down a block first of all. Nice. And then change it to Y and Z and shift it that way a bit as well. This should now be in the correct position, and then we can just get rid of this grass. Okay. That'll do it. Yeah, it's flush with that side. Okay, yeah. Let's just get it placed. Boom. And then we can dig the dirt away. In fact, let's get the other one. In fact, no, we'll do them one at a time. Otherwise, we're going to make this way too complicated for ourselves to try and keep track of where everything's going. Let me get this and this so we can like bring the walls down so it looks a bit more fortified and not just freely floating, because that's not going to look good at all. And then we could even, for the smallest towers, just copy paste this design and obviously modify it so it just stands on its own. And then we can just plug it into the wall. Well, let's get the towers sorted first, and then we can build the walls in between them. This tree is far too close. And let's also just clear away these ones. This one is probably fine, but I'm going to trim it back just so it frees up our sight lines. Yes. Oh wait, I did it with that, didn't I? Just for consistency's sake, let's make sure it's only inside like that. There we go. Nice. Okay, this side's going to be fine because it's already leveled the ground. Cool, cool. And then let's of course put the other one where that needs to go. Right, I'm pretty sure this is too tall first of all, so let's bring it down. Surprisingly, it's oriented correctly this time. And then shift it one block this way. And then I think it's already aligned. Yeah. There we go. Cool beans. Clear on this way, of course. Hello, pig. Hang on a minute. Maybe that's why I wound up just sort of automatically filling it with stone brick on the other one, so it's more in line with what I'd previously placed. Oh wait, why have I done this? Okay, there is room for the buttresses. I'm not quite sure how that's come about. Something I can correct quick enough, but does mean enough to redo the design. That's too close. But yeah, that looks a bit more thingy. Yeah, that looks better. And then I think that's that one sorted as well, no? Yeah, this one looks good and proper. Okay, so we've finalised our gatehouses. Oh, only 88 minutes. Not quite as long as I had thought we'd been streaming for. This tree is new, I'm sure. We have regrowth installed, so sometimes trees just appear, which is good for if you don't want to run out of stuff. But it does mean you've then got to, if they pop up in a place you don't want, hack them down again. So it does come with its drawbacks. But yeah, I'm not sure how I allowed this to happen, but it's a pretty quick fix, so I don't need to change the thing now. And also, these are the only two gatehouses we need for this particular castle. I'll worry about demolishing that later. But yeah, we've got our gatehouses. Ha ha ha. So yeah, basically all of the 5x5 towers, and possibly even the 7x7 towers, we can then just basically take this tower and plug it in, essentially. So what I'm now going to do, actually, is tear down most of this gatehouse so that we just have one of the towers on its own as like a standalone structure, and we can plug those in and then incorporate the walls around them. We are going to need like a big tower because we've got a 9x9 here. I want this to be a particularly imposing tower for the reasons I said earlier in the stream. Yeah, we're getting new tree. I think it's because the animals are here. It only seems to appear in areas where animals are. Like, it happens in livestock pens all the time, and it's a nightmare. I have to get like a villager lumberjack employed just to keep it tree free to maximize space. So I'm sure it's to do with the animals. But anyway, I'll worry about that later. So yes, let's rip down most of this now. And then get ourselves, because all we really have to do is gut this and then add some supports, and it's kind of already done essentially. It's probably neat. If I see, what's annoying is I know how to use structure blocks. Like, I've been taught how to do that, and I can do it pretty effectively on Bedrock, but they work differently on Java. And I can't really be asked to like relearn them just for the sake of it. Especially when we have, for copy pasting purposes, we've got create schematics. So it seems a bit more futile in that case. But yeah, we can then just erect some supports like this. Oh, I've just had a thought. These walls are going to be wrong, aren't they? Yeah, they are across the board. Oops. And then we'll just have this be a like that. And then for simplicity, because we're going to have some on weird angles, so I'm going to just ditch the door for now, and then we can reinstall it on a case-by-case basis. So, this tower... Ooh, actually, I might go with the... We'll make both these variants, actually. Let me go ahead and also correct the block palette on this one. And then we can make both of these tower designs. I can have Brazier Tower and Flag Tower. Yeah, all we're really going to do is rip the internals of the mechanism out, and we're kind of done. There we go. And then this one's already fine, as is. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. I do like the animation, but it is quite weird in first person. Both of those things can be true. Okay. We have two different tower designs now. So let's go ahead and brace for a sneeze. Doesn't take. Again. I didn't really have enough sort of reaction time to turn off my microphone, which I normally would have done, but I kind of didn't realise it was happening until it happened. Schematic and quill. Is that right? I mean, I guess it shows which direction it needs to go, to be fair. Yeah, it's symmetrical this side, I think. Or is it? Wait a minute. 1, 2. Ah, it's not quite right. Just so that it's correct. Let me finger it. Yeah, then it'll be right. So let's then do it. Okay. That one could just be a perfect square because it's not got the flag. There we go. Oh, of course, this side. Oh wait, yeah, it's fine. Okay, it's all fairly symmetrical. In fact, it is symmetrical on all sides now, so it's fine. Right, so we'll call this one Tower F for flag. And then the other one we can simply call Tower B for brazier. Shit. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. That should be... Oh yeah. It's the buttresses, because I forgot. Right. Let's have a look at this, make sure everything's in. It's bugging me that this... Yeah, I knew something was off. Hang on. There we go. Make sure everything's in. Including the ground. Yes, so that the floor will be included. There we go. Tower B. I guarantee I'll look at those names and go, what happened to towers A, C, D, and E? But yeah, we've got our towers. So we can just sort of plug those in where they need to go. On the walls, basically. I wonder if we might have a few too many. We'll see how we do. Oh yeah, and then of course, excuse me, we're then going to need, I wonder why I've got 2 copies of those anyway. Clear that. Let's get these up here. Schematic quill and schematic table. Let's get my building materials correctly thingied. And then we need 2 more schematics. Tower B. And Tower F. Right, and we can get Tower B and plug that right where it needs to go. Bring it slightly down. Okay. And then rotate it. Let me just make sure. Oh yeah, it's not the spiral one anyway, so we're fine. Yeah, looks correct. In fact, no, it's slightly taller than that one. Or is it supposed to be? The ground does raise, to be fair, so I guess it should be slightly taller than that one. Because that one's also going to be taller, so yeah, I guess it should. I don't know. I might just flatten out this part of the land, honestly. That's not going to be too difficult. So yeah, let me bring it down an extra block. Wrong buttons! And now those ones are in line. Yeah, it's going to look just a bit nicer. Are they aligned correctly? Yes. So, print. And then we can just adapt the terrain as we have done so many times before. Most of it doesn't really need adapting. And then, yeah, I can just clean this up later. Do I put a tower there? I feel like, yeah, that's going to be too cramped looking, so I might just continue the wall like that. I might wind up shifting that tower, actually. How does this look? I do like that these towers are all sort of in line with each other. In fact, these ones are perfect. Ooh, makes my brain go brr. Yes, I like that. It is a bit weird having a wall continue, because normally on a corner you would have a tower there. That's just a must-do for, you know, historically accurate castles and walls. But I don't know. Because then it would also be in line with that tower, let's not forget. So maybe I should shift it over. I just worry that's like too... It's too long of a width of wall for the height of the towers. But then if we plug one in the middle, it's going to look very cramped. So I'm really not sure. I think it probably is best there. It does look strange, I will admit that. I'm going to be very open about that. We could maybe have, like, once we have the actual wall built, we could maybe have just a little shelter, like a roof put on top of the wall placement. Yeah, I might do that. Okay, yeah. I think I'll leave that tower there. Yes. And then I need to remember to flatten this down so that those are more consistent back. And then it can hill up a bit more over here towards the gatehouse. That's going to look way too close, that tower. So, ooh. So this is where it gets complicated in a hurry, because all these smaller towers look fine where they are, but they have to be widened so they make more sense with the width of the wall. And then it looks too crimped in that configuration, so we kind of have to thingy it. So yeah, there's quite a bit of decision making involved in this whole thing. I think we'd be better off. That one is fine where it is. Maybe instead of these three all here, just have one in the corner. Because on that scale, it works fine. But these ones are going to be larger and then it's going to look weird. So I think we should just have one in the corner here. Maybe there. I'm not sure. Because no, that's then going to be too close to this big behemoth here. So yeah, this corner here, I think. And I'll just adapt this wall so it's lines up with that one instead. That shouldn't be too tricky. Okay, yeah. Because we can get rid of this door, because we've got one here, we don't need both of them. So then I'll just link up the walls to this tower instead. Okay, that's what I'll do. Let's go with another tower B. Nope, that's tower F. I want tower B. Yeah. Let's put it right here in the middle. Is that then going to be... I think that lines up. I think it's up by 1. But that is where it needs to be for this higher plane. It's only 1 block disk difference, so just for the sake of it looking... Windows key! Too close. I have to hit Control to change the mode and then Alt to use the mode, and Windows is in between those two, so there's going to be a couple accidental window presses. Do excuse that. Okay, yeah, that's now in line, I think. So that will do it. And then obviously we need to rotate it. There we go. I might rotate it again just so it's facing the that way, and then the table should be. Or was it the other way around? I think it was the other way around. I had it right the first time. Whoops. Yeah, that makes much more sense. Okay. Not that there's going to be a door there, but anyway. Okay. Yes. So it's interesting that how much everything changes once you change just a single variable. The simple change of making a 5x5 tower into 7x7 has like completely changed our tower placement. So it is interesting, all stuff like that. Anyway, that I think is good to go where it is. So skadoosh. And then it's kind of protruding out from the hill. Yeah, and then we can have our wall here. Well, it's actually going to be more like that, but we'll figure that out in due time. These trees are now too close. I mean, I was probably going to trim them back anyway, but now I definitely will. And you, and you, and you. Even you there. Definitely you. And this one's literally within the walls. I think this is a new tree. But yeah, get rid of that. Yep, see? New sapling. They just crop up because of the animal's proximity. I'm sure they're linked to it. Sounds like a conspiracy theory when I put it like that. Alter all this. Make sure this is all filled in as well, of course. I'm gonna make sure these are consistent with that one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one's fine. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then this little bit here. How could I not notice you? And then I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, it's starting to come alive a bit. I might alter the... Ooh, that does make this gap quite small. So I might have to adjust the position of the keep. Which then means we're going to have to push this further out. Or will I have to? As long as we have a 3 gap. If we can make that 5, I think that'll suffice. So if we push this 2 blocks that way, that should do. And we've still got fairly comfortable room to do that, so yeah, let's just quickly shift this over. Keep it the same size. And don't forget the 4 building. And then boom, 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 being very messy with this. Don't mind these signs, these were just to label what the buildings are, but since they're the only buildings not connected to the walls, I think it's pretty evident what they're supposed to be for keeping a full building. So, not really necessary. Yeah, that's more spacious, there we go. And it's still central, it's still like the highest point land-wise. And then we've got space around it here, and especially over here for some additional buildings, and we can even fit some into the outer bailey once we've filled out all this. So yeah, that should be good. Right, let's get a tower over there. This space here is going to be interesting. We could maybe just put like a little diddy tower. I'm not sure what we'd... Ooh! Brainwave. Tower there, as usual. And then this, we can still have a 5x5 tower. And it's dedicated to housing a catapult to defend the keep. Sorted. There we go. Okay, I can quickly throw that together. That should be a pretty easy design. We then want, let's just put right here. So I can center it correctly. We want tower B right there. Just make sure it's the same height as that one. I'll also rotate it. Oh wait, it was already facing the right way. Rotate, there we go. Then we want to bring it down. Ooh, hang about. Yeah, they match up height-wise now. Okay. So that should be fine to just paste there. Get rid of the grass, because we're miles above the grass. Just clear it all out, really. Let me get the blueprint out of my hand, because that's going to nauseate people, probably. And then I can later on quickly piece together a little mini tower for a weapons platform. This north wall especially is going to look quite imposing. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm basically going to want to get the towers done. That's not going to take long at all. And then we can maybe get the walls done, because all that's really doing is figuring out a wall design and then just connecting up all the towers with it, essentially. That's going to be quite simple, so that should also be done. No problem. There's a lot to do, and I probably want to do most of it manually. I don't know. If we get like a decent width of wall, we could then clone across, and then obviously tack on bits as and when we need them. So we can figure that out. That's going to be a pretty easy task. Maybe this tower could have like an additional floor below it. Oh wait, that's done that wrong. Anyway. Yeah, I could give this one an extra floor. Let's get a lantern. And let's... Oh wait, we've already got spruce planks. Nice. Whereabouts is the ladder? There. So if we just punch it in there, we can then add... We don't need 2 extra floors, so let's fill this in. Up to a point. I'm not going to fill in that entire chasm. That's going to take the piss at that point. But we'll fill this bit in, certainly. Actually, wait, this needs to be the floor. And then I'm just gonna very quickly extend that down there and then get a lantern here. Wha-bam! And then that tower is sorted. It's looking quite tall, and it does look a bit odd with the supports like that. I might bring that down a bit. So yeah, those supports are now too tall for this tower. Let's knock them down to this level and see if that looks a bit better. Yeah, that makes sense for this elevation, although it still does look a little strange like that, but if I change just this one, it's going to throw it off a bit. Yeah, this one's like getting a bit absurdly tall, so we'll keep that down there, maybe. Oh, I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then... could we have normal sized towers here? If we changed it to say this line is the side of it, rather than out on all ends. What I'll do, I'll get this tower sorted, and also, ooh, these two here because of the scale. Maybe I should have one here. Anyway, this one's fine where it is, so let me plug this one in. There we go, that's consistent height-wise now. I'll alter the windows of that one in due time. Yeah, I think that one's position-wise is fine. Commentary's gone a bit more dry now. Apologies for that. Just there was a lot of sort of figuring shit out a minute ago, and now we're kind of, for now, done with that because we're focusing on the towers, and then we can look at other things. Okay. You're cramping my stand. Deforestation time. You are surely new. Right, there we go. Cool. Change this most assuredly. Oh, wait a minute. I've kinda had a somewhat of an idea for this one. Ooh, that lava. Of course I knew that was there the whole time, but that could maybe be utilized for like some create related stuff. One sec. Okay, we're back. So yeah, as I was saying, this lava pit here could be utilized for create stuff, maybe to fuel like a steam engine or a distiller if we start fucking around with oil. But yeah, that could maybe, and I'm thinking this tower, if we separate, like if this floor ends here and then below it we have a different floor, that could then serve the alternative purpose of doing whatever we wind up doing with this lava in the future. That could be cool. And we also just fill this in because it's a bit unsightly. Get rid of these trees as well, they're getting a little close. These ones down here are fine. How are we feeling about these support struts? I don't know. Right, and then we need to figure out a tower for this side, ideally, because that to there is going to be too far. We could maybe put one here in the middle, actually. That might be the best solution. It's going to look a bit strange like it did earlier, but I think it's probably... Oh wait, I meant to make these... Shit, I meant to make those towers the flag variants. Ah, that's annoying. I'll fix that in a minute. Let's focus on this one first. So yeah, if we get it here. And then rotate. Other way, I think it was? Yeah. And then get you more a similar height with this tower here. There we go. Or maybe... How great of a difference is here? So if we stand on this, that's Y123. And this is Y115. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So if we bring it 4 blocks down, and then it's a sort of midpoint. Yes, I have noticed that cascade of warriors that just appeared suddenly. Yeah, and then it sort of steps down gradually to this one. Is that the midpoint between these towers? It's a bit close to this side. Let's maybe shift it over this way a bit more. So that's a very big patrol, isn't it? Windows. Let's get it maybe further this way. Let's see how that looks now. That's a bit more... Ooh, it's almost aligned with the full building, actually. Shift it just a bit further that way, see if that looks nice. I don't think it's quite aligned with it just yet, just a smidge further. There we go, that's now centered with the full building. And it's also fairly central with these. If we made this, we could maybe pull off a curved wall. That's going to be tricky then making it through thick. But I think we could do it somehow. Also, I've just noticed we want to get that trapdoor on there. We want to get the ladder closer to the thing, I think. How is it with this one? Okay, it is on the further side. Right, for consistency's sake, we'll still do that then. There we go. Okay, I think that's a good placement for that last tower. And then we want to quickly... I'll just go inside and change those. That's not going to take too long. Change that for the spiral staircase. And then we'll figure out what we're doing with those in a minute. Right, I think that's suitable placement. Boom. And even the, like, all the grass that's obviously kept with it. We don't have to clear away that much of it. I'll probably just, you know, yeah, let's just, for simplicity's sake, do it this way. That's getting more into wall territory, that terrain, so we'll worry about that later. But yeah, position-wise, this should work. And then we'll change up the wall design to better fit it. Okay. So yeah, these two towers I want to be the flank variants, and then I want to have at least one mini tower there, and then these two towers are either going to be two more normal ones or mini towers. We'll sort of experiment around. So let's design a mini tower real quick. So we're going to make one from scratch. I want to base it off of this design. Let's just, first of all, get rid of all this tree malarkey. Move all these up here. In fact, not you. So. In fact, let me get it just on the same height as these. Quickly throw together some dirt to, you know, get it the right height. And then distance it a bit, so it's not sort of fighting for space here. I'm not sure I'm going to give these ones interiors, to be honest. I feel like they might be better off just as, like, sort of solid. I'll leave them empty for now. But I'm not convinced they're going to stay that way, so for now I'm just going to chuck a lantern in there. Make them the same height. Oh, they're having fun up there. I'm tempted to maybe put some sort of like design element in this middle section. So I'm gonna put cobblestone floor for this bathroom area. Maybe I should just do like a much shorter battlement, since it's mainly just a weapons platform. Yeah, that might look a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit more minute that way. That should be alright without the windows, actually. And then I might make the support struts in the center instead, actually. That might look cooler. Yeah. Or I don't know. This might look a bit over-supported, but just let me cook. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, let's go with the, like, over-support. Because to be fair, it's a very narrow structure, but it's still going to be quite heavy because of the height, and it's still made of stone. So it probably needs that extra support, actually. So yeah, I think that makes sense. It looks like it makes sense. And then we're just going to have a catapult on the top. Right, dead in the center. I'm not sure if these will copy over, only because they're technically an entity. So they might not actually copy over with the schematics, but let's just see if they do. They're a bit far in, actually. Maybe push them forwards a bit. And then you've still got space to get behind them. Maybe a little walkway. I do hate that it's misaligned. This is going to take me a while to thingy, but I want to do it. I'm probably just going to have to place them more manually anyway, for the reason I said earlier, but let me cook. Ooh, bang on. Right, there we go. Yes, that looks nice. Okay. Right, let us now get a new schematic and quill along with a empty schematic, so we can then paste them afterwards. I might end up giving these interiors, but I'm unconvinced for now, so. Mini tower C for catapult. And then we can get our schematic for the mini tower. And then we also want tower B as our alternative option. So, oh yeah, forgot where we were for a second. So yeah, this tower over here, I'm going to make more central, and I'm also going to make it a mini tower. Let's figure out where it's going first of all, because this isn't quite. Oh, what about this bit? Oh wait, that's the, that's the exact same spot, you moron. Let's try here, maybe? That fucking tree. I think that's slightly off center. This might be a 2-block center, but let's just see if I can find a 1-block center. That might be it. I think that's it. Okay, cool. So we can then get our mini tower. Yeah, it doesn't copy the catapult. I don't think it would, but oh well. Make that the correct height. The rotation does not matter. Well, I mean it does, but like it's already in the correct rotation. Get it about there. Maybe we should get it a bit shorter, actually. Yeah. Oh, I've made this too tall, haven't I? Fuck. Okay, tell you what. Let's copy it. Fucking, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? There we go. Yeah, that looks better. We don't want it too tall, otherwise it's going to be odd. Okay. Boom. Hang on. Print. Oh, it does include the catapult. That's cool. Nice. Okay. Then we can chuck in a little doorway somewhere. Right. That's looking pretty neato. Now, these ones here, what are we thinking? We could put mini towers, or we could put full-sized ones. I feel like it would be strategically wise to use the mini towers, but it might look a bit strange. I think it's going to look a bit overkill if we have 4 full-size towers here, so I think it would make more sense to have the mini towers. But should we put them where they are placed right now, or should we get them a bit more in the center? Ooh, is this one? It's nearly centered with the gate. It's one off. But then that's bringing it even further out. I don't know. That current positioning is decent. It would be cool to have this one centered with the gate, so I might just smidge it over for a moment. And then that of course means this one needs to shove over. I think we should probably go with the mini towers. So let's get center and center. So there's going to be a 50% chance the catapult's facing the right way when we place these. Also, we need it to be rotate the right way. 50% chance. I think the wood was oriented forwards, wasn't it? Okay, we got rid of it for the example one. But I'm pretty sure that was towards the front. A little bit of wood. Now that we know that this will indeed include the catapult. Ooh. We then want to bring it down. We want to bring it so that the supports are one row lower than their big brothers. Like that. Yeah. What? Ah, because they're entities, they're always going to face the direction they were. I guess that makes sense. And we can always just, you know, adjust them after the fact. Yeah, okay, that's an easy fix. And then let's do it again, and then I think we're kind of done with the towers, I believe. It's annoying, yes, but we're going to be here all day if I'm faffing about with that all the time. Try and get it in the center. Good enough. Like I say, it would be a painful long process. Like that. Right, so these towers in these corners, they need to be flag towers. Well, they don't need to be, but I want them to be. Yeah. So we can quite easily just fix that manually. It's going to be a bit more time consuming. Let me just double check this. So we're going to need slabs from this. We want that and slabs. We then want the beam. And then the fence, and then we'll sort the flag out at the end. So, all we really need to do is replace this inner layer with stone brick slabs. And then want to kind of drill a 3x3 hole through the center. Remove all furniture, essentially, and also, obviously, ditch the ladder since we're replacing it with this. Oh. Okay. Now we're kind of done. The door placement, actually, yeah, I guess should be alright with that, right? We'll figure it out. Right. Let's go back to this one. let's have a look at how many slabs. Oh, so it's one more brick and then the underside. Like that, I think. What's happened? Eh? Oh, I'm a fool. Oh, I'm a damn fool. Of course. Right, let's tear all this down. 4 blocks for the corners, you muppet. Right. I don't know why I thought I could just whiz through it like that. It is a bit of a pain to do this with the ring already, like established sort of rest of the floor, but right. There we go. There we are, okay. So yeah, that's correct, and then it's 2, and then 4, and then the thing. We'll do the flags at the end. Then let's do it with this one as well. Oh yeah, this one's got a bonus floor. I know that the spiral variant did also have chests, but I can't remember the exact positioning, so that's a future me problem, not a now me problem. For now, we want to focus on getting the spiral staircases re-established. Stop planting trees! What time are we? 2 hours is all it says. Right, yeah, that's one past. Then this. Boop, doop, 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 doop. Right, let's get the staircase itself installed. Thinking maybe we start it here. Actually, yeah, that's a better system to actually build it while the flooring's already installed. You just follow the spiral as you're building it up. Fancy that? There we go. And then let's just get up some flags, which are quick and easy enough to build. And this one over here as well. Make sure they're all facing in the same direction. I wonder if there's a mod. We have the mod Eureka, which basically lets you plop a steering wheel on any sort of built structure and turn it into a pilotable vessel, whether it be by sea or sky. I wonder if there's a similar mod that lets you convert wool into, well, it would still be wool, but it like responds to a sort of in-game wind, so you could make your own large flags. That would be cool. There's an idea. If there's somehow any mod makers or like one-day mod makers that want an idea for a mod to make, there you go. Build your own flag mod of some description. I mean, hopefully that was just a terrible way to explain it, but you get what I mean, I'm sure. Okay, I think that's yeah, I think that's the tower placement kind of done. We just gotta obviously reconfigure the walls so they actually line up with the new placement that we've settled on. And then, yeah, okay. These fucking trees. I'm gonna be forever cutting them down. I'm wondering if it's even worth keeping the regrowth mod, because that is just such an annoyance to deal with. And you just continuously have to. Oh, we've got a viewer all of a sudden. Hello. So, I'm building a castle, just because I'm feeling the mood to. We've just finished doing the towers. I've like designed these two towers. They were originally a gatehouse, but then I separated them into the towers. So we've made a few towers over here. And then we copy-pasted them into this plan here. You'll notice it doesn't 100% line up. And that's because these small towers I scaled up into these, although we do also have a tower of that size for a catapult. But yeah, so I had to obviously change the tower placement after I'd made them larger. But as far as the towers are concerned, oh, there is this bigger one as well. Right, we have a decision to make now. Originally, this tower was going to be like a 9x9, bigger than all the others, because it's in a central position, it's near the keep, and it looks over both baileys. So I'm wondering if I should still make it a like larger than normal tower, or if I should just make it another 7x7 tower. It will be misaligned with that one if I keep it 7x7. So maybe it is still worth building the 9x9. How does this line up with... Yeah, actually, that's going to align better if I do keep it at 9x9. Okay. So we're basically just going to do this design again, but wider. And probably taller as well. So unlike the others, which we built over there and then copy-pasted over, we're going to build this one where it currently stands. Because why not? So let's make sure the sort of these like stone brick lines are correctly aligned. Yes. And then it should also line up with those ones. They do. Splendid. Right, let's clear away the wall planning. I do also need to go inside some of these towers and get rid of the wall, because that will still be there inside them, I'm sure. Yes, like that. So I'm gonna, I'll do this one because I'm already here, but I gotta do that for all the others. We'll do that later. Let's get this one built first. So yeah, basically same design, just wider. I think we'll get the spacing sorted first. I'm tempted to make these floors taller, but because I want to do a spiral staircase, that does mean it's going to have to be a multiple of 4, and I think 8 is going to be too wide. That's going to look weird. Let's see how it looks with the standard spacing, and then we can maybe play around with 8 spaces between floors, if that makes sense. Let's have a little play around. So yeah, I think I could maybe tackle the walls this stream. We've already been streaming a fair bit, and it's currently 10 to 11 PM. You know, UK time. For any international viewers, if you're somehow not from the UK and have heard of me, maybe just stumbled across it, in which case, hello. Right, how is that gonna look with thingy, just for the sake? Because then it looks almost like a perfect cube, and I think that looks strange in its own right. Maybe my opinion will change when we get another one on top of it. God, these little limbs that fly around due to the epic fight animations are a bit distracting, especially when we try to climb a ladder. How does that look? That's... I really don't know. What do we think? Middle line or no middle line? I think it looks like... that just looks ass. I don't suppose it's possible to... No. If it was a 9x9, we could maybe split it up 3 ways, but... what if we split it vertically instead? Will that look better? That might fix it, actually. Let's have a look. That's certainly an option. That might fix it. And then we can maybe chuck in an extra support in the middle, so that'll make more sense. Maybe. Let's go with that for now. I'm not 100% convinced on it, but let's give it a go. So it's kind of a half floor misaligned with the others, if that makes sense. I didn't really explain that all that efficiently, but sort of, yeah. Right. And then these ones just need to go down to the ground. Commentary might be drying up again a bit, just because I'm a little deep in thought with how I'm throwing this together. I think that works. Clearly that patrol that passed through here left their horses. Or maybe just the one horse. Anyway, they left a horse here that I don't want, but we've got it now. Maybe when the build's a bit more complete, I can just throw together a stable and chuck it in there, so I guess you can hang around. Okay, actually, I've got another thought. Let me quickly hop on it and then make it my personal horse. So when it's time to put it somewhere, I can just teleport it back in. Cool. Oh, my backs and tatters. This is not a great chair, I won't lie. But it's the chair that I have. So, we move. Now, let's get the stone in here. Sort of test out how this is looking so far. Maybe we should, because of the size and strategic placement of this tower, we should give it a secondary purpose besides just being a lookout tower. So let's get the walls in, and then maybe we can start brainstorming alternative ideas. It could maybe be like an office, maybe like Hand of the King type thing, like the Tower of the Hand from King's Landing, that sort of idea. Maybe it could be a mage tower. Maybe it's got a library or a potion lab, maybe even another portal. Or maybe just a fuck ton of storage, who knows. Right, let's get 2 of the 4 walls, and then we can sort of come at it from a 45-degree angle and see how it looks in its current configuration. Basically. That works. Yeah, I like it. Okay, good. I'm glad I went that route. We can get these support struts. Oh, maybe we could get the middle one going even higher than the others. Let's see how that looks. First, I need to fill in these bits. Let's just do it with a front wall for now, because we don't really need to see 2 walls with it. So if I, first off, get some buttresses, raise them up to, say, here. Potentially. And then I'm going to do the corners both sides, just because it's going to bug me if I don't do the corners properly. So, about there and there. Then we've got a middle one. I planned on doing that anyway. Now let's see how it looks if we bring this middle one halfway up higher. Ooh. Now let's try all of them the same height again. And then just to try it out, the middle one being shorter. Okay, I don't like that. That looks shit. So it's either all 3 are the same height or the center one is taller. Let's have another look at the center one being taller. See how that looks again. I do like it. I'm not sure which one I prefer though. I don't know, I'm conflicted. Let's focus on filling in the walls for now, and maybe I can sort of mull over the decision in the meantime. So, like, subconsciously. It's been a while since I've, like, actually built properly. Not since, like, back when I played Bedrock Edition on PS4. Well, PS5, but it's the PS4 version of the game, because there's literally no reason to make a PS5 version, because it's available on the 4 version, and it would do literally all of the same things. So, yeah, no need to make a 5 version, really. Point is, back when it's been a while since I've like properly built something, and it was obviously under the restraints of vanilla, because Bedrock mods weren't a thing when I built them, first of all, and second of all, they're weird. they're not quite mods. They are still basically the like marketplace stuff. It's just like, I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about the Bedrock mods. I mean, they're called add-ons first of all, so that's already a tip right away. I know you can get Create on Bedrock Edition now, which is just wild conceptually, but bedrock crate is like weird. Okay. Well, these supports are far too close to the ground, so we're going to need to raise them. So I think we will probably wind up with they're all the same height. Let's just have a little look-see. Because I worry now, if we make this middle one higher again, it's going to then be too high. Let's see. I think that's just a smidge too high. Yeah, we'll keep it as they're all the same height. I think that's what we'll go with. Okay. Now these ones are quite tall on this side, but the last thing I'm going to do is make them different heights on different sides of the building. That's just going to look all kinds of strange. Our viewer has disappeared yet again. I wonder if it was the same guy from earlier. I really don't know. It does not tell me who joins. It just gives me a number. That number went from 1 to 2. And now it's back down to 1. Maybe it's Charlie, actually. I hadn't even thought of that. He doesn't always comment, because, you know, sometimes you just don't really have anything to say. Okay, yeah, I think the supports are kind of sorted. I'm probably going to have some windows. In fact, yeah, I'll almost definitely have some windows. I'm just not sure. I could maybe get a balcony on this thing. It's a pretty big tower. So, yeah, maybe I could do that. And do I do the same... Do I do the same style of roof? Or do I maybe... Well, the others don't really have roofs. They have battlements. Do I do battlements again? Or do I give this thing sort of a more established roof? I wonder if maybe I should make this just a smid... Not a full story taller, but maybe an extra 4 blocks. Yeah. Ooh! What if I put a beacon on the tower? Yeah. Alright. I've got a bit of an idea. So I build it, you know, the same style, like battlements. I then completely fill the roof with a beacon. And I then... Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about sky beam, come to think of it. Anyway, let's get these walls filled as well. I'll come back to you in a minute. It's going to be a bit more of a pain doing all this with those there. So yeah, I could maybe get a beacon on. I don't know how I'm going to feel about... I think that's going to look just a bit off. That's too vanilla, I think, having a beacon. Let's see. So yeah, I'm thinking I give it the battlement style again. And then we could throw a beacon together and see how it looks. We could do that. I don't think I'm going to really use this for combat, so I'm not sure I'm going to bother with matriculations. I feel like it's going to benefit from the battlements looking a bit more chunky, so I think I'll miss those out. I don't have slabs. I can just come over here and yoink some. I will also grab the walls in case I do go the matriculation route, but I don't see it happening. Actually, what if I did some more curved, grand looking battlements for this one? And then let's try how it looks with some matriculations thrown in. Let's do 2 sides and look at the corner like we usually do. That's just how it looks. No. The corners are what sort of ruins it for me. I've never been a fan of that sort of style. let's just... Oh, hang on. What if it's just double high? That looks odd. Keep it the same, keep it the same. I don't know why I did this all the way around. I think this tower would look better without the matriculate. Let's... Oh wait, let's just look at this one. It's a bit better, I think. Okay, we'll ditch the matriculations for this one. Because I don't see myself coming up here with a bow and arrow anytime soon. Like during a siege or anything like that. Right. Now, what if we built a beacon and then concealed it with like a roof around it? Where's... Did I go past iron blocks? There they are. Oh, let me just get some lights on the ground, because this is going to start spawning things and I don't want it to do that. I just need a floor slash ceiling. So I can make it a tier 3, so we won't get regen, but we can get any other stat with it. Assuming we actually go through the beacon idea. What do we want? I think resistance makes the most sense. Yeah, it's a defensive place, isn't it? Yeah, I've got luck as well. I think that was just like... I think that's just a visual glitch from the thing I had. And then what my plan is, we then conceal this beacon with a roof, even if it's just a very simplistic one. So if we get... I think we have new brick varieties as well. Yeah, here. Got all new variants of bricks. I like these red ones actually. Scarlet bricks. Let's try these out. We've even got vertical slabs, interesting. Maybe... hang on. I think it would make more sense to make this like a... Yeah, okay, we could make it a full beacon actually. Yeah. then put in the roof. This look? I do kind of like it. How's it look from the ground though? I've got a funny feeling. Yeah, it's barely visible. Okay. I mean, we could always alter the roof around it. Yeah. What if we? Okay, I have a new strategy. But first, we've got to tear down this current red brick. Quite delicate with all this. Because obviously if we punch it out, then it's gonna... In fact, let me just bring it quickly, grab that. Especially around here. So yeah, if we go every second block, it stares upwards, if that makes sense. And then it's... yeah. It's like this. I think this would look better on a circular tower. But I'm not doing circular towers because fuck that. How's this looking? That already looks a bit better. How does this look? From here? From the ground? Ooh. I'm really not sure. What is this? That already makes it look a bit more interesting. Let's try that on this side as well, and then we'll do the corner test as I've just now have started calling it. And that does mean this corner's got to be like that. Ooh, that's a nice little spruce up, that. Yeah, okay. The texture is not the best for this sort of design, but it's good. Yeah, just that slight little variation is all it needs. Cool. Maybe this part can just be like that. Does that look better? That makes it look a bit more consistent, yeah. And then maybe these middle bits can be... let's try a wall on them now. Hang on. Red brick wall. Oh, sorry, scarlet brick wall. Let's try this. Yeah, okay. Again, it's not the best texture to employ this sort of building technique with, but me like. So me will use it. From here, from the ground. Yeah, okay. It might look better if this was part of the thing, actually. Oh, I don't know. Let's try it. Let's do the corner test. We incorporate these into the design. Let's try it first in a battlement shape. Over here, tower and ground floor. Okay, maybe I've had an idea here. And then it looks a bit more sort of integrated. What about this? Up here. Tower. Oop, missed the tower. Tower. Floor. Now let's try adding this to sort of round off the corner. I don't know. Might be better off with just a more simplistic border. I think we're trying to do too much at once here. What about that? I think we're kind of losing it. I'm not sure. How does it look from this side? Yeah, that looks better. We'll just stick with the basic battlements. We're trying to do too much here, I think. Okay, you know what? I think that'll do. Yes. And then let's dye this a more interesting colour. Let's get some coloured glass. Could go pure white. Let's experiment a bit though. Try red, blue, black. Oh, that's tinted glass. Whoops. Actually, that's a point. If we use tinted glass, do we still have the effects? Are they still infinite? No, it blocks it off. Interesting. Makes sense, I suppose, but okay. So no to tinted glass. Now, for these middle bits, what do we do for these middle bits? Got a couple ideas. Including this. First of all, let's try a simple wall. That's nice. Stone brick wall, less nice, but still pretty nice. Now let's try copycat walls with the stone texture. Nice. I think cobble's taken the lead so far. I'm leaning towards cobble at the moment. Breaks it up a bit. Let's do the corner test. Yeah, that's good. And if we do only that floor, because we've got the support beams here, because that's going to look a bit too busy if we then put it down there. So let's try just this floor we do that with. Cool. I wonder if we can maybe do something with this little bit here, but I'm not sure what. I think that might be fine as is, you know. Yeah. What if I remove this divider? Does that look better or worse? I think I do prefer that look. Let's remove that. Let's do the corner test. Yeah, that's good. Now, what if we put something here? I'm not sure what yet. Maybe a design of some kind. Ooh, I've got a potential idea. Let's try. How does it look with these bits removed? Slightly better, I think. It's hard to tell. What if we did a completely different texture? Hang on. Can we use a wrench to, like, unpicture these? Yes, okay. What if we then put stone bricks? See how that looks. No, that doesn't look good at all. What about cobble? I realise we no longer need the things because we just use that, but decisions. That might be the look. Let's try over here. So chiseled in the middle, surrounded by cobble walls. Corner test. Yeah, because it looks vaguely mystical. I'm going for an eye. I think that's pretty clear. And it kind of aligns itself with that. Okay. Yeah. On the interior, it's going to look a bit shit because, of course, we've got the cobbled ceiling just above it. But we can always change that because, of course, this ceiling is no longer visible from the exterior, so it kind of doesn't matter. So when we get to the interior, we can easily change that. But yeah, that's pretty nice. I do worry if it maybe looks a bit too distinct from the other towers. I like how it looks. I just worry if maybe it doesn't quite blend in with this structure I'm working on. I like it. That's all I can say, is I do like how it looks. I'll keep it for now. Oh yeah, I've got all this as well now. Just chuck it in there. What does a netherite bell do? Is it purely decorative, or does it have an extra... It sounds different. That's cool. Huh. Oh, we've hit the 3-hour mark, have we? Bloody hell. Right. I don't think we're going to get to these walls. I just want to make sure I'm happy with the towers as they currently stand. I might pick this up again tomorrow. Oddly enough, I'm going to see a castle in real life, one in North Wales. In fact, let me check which specific one it was. I just put it into Google Maps not long ago to see if there are any sort of cafes nearby, and there indeed are. It's another Edward I castle, so that's cool. A bit more so if you're English. You might have mixed feelings about it if you're Welsh, because of course it was put there to conquer Wales, so that might be a bit of a sore spot for some Welsh people. Harlech Castle, that's the one. So yeah, I believe it has 2 rings of walls. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to see that tomorrow with the beach, so that'll be fun. Right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're done with the towers. So that's a pretty good step in the right direction. Just going to do a little 360 doohickey. I don't think I quite got to dealing with those, like with the grass bits, but we can sort that out next time. I see that sapling there, you sack of shits. Stop planting trees! Bloody... In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on, I've got an idea. Let me get a... Let me move the horse up somewhere out of harm's way. Oh, they're too close, so they can't actually... Right, let me just use a lead. Over here. Sorry, matey. And then sort the rest of you out. Boom, Zoglin mode. Go get him. Or don't. I thought Zoglins attacked every entity that isn't another Zoglin. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Ooh, new attack animation. Nice. Or is it new? I don't know. It looked vague. It looked quite. It didn't look quite vanilla. I don't know. Yeah, the walking animation's different too. I'm pretty sure that that is yet again epic fights at work. Anyway, he'll hopefully keep the rabble out. I shall call him Baconator. Right. I'm pretty happy with the towers. I think that's a very good first step for this little project I just sort of spontaneously decided I wanted to do. Yeah. We've got Baconator there, clearing the place out, keeping it tree free. Right, so next steps is walls, I think that goes without saying, and then we're also going to want to fix up some of the terrain. So whether that comes before or after the walls, we will see. Got our gatehouses here with the functioning portcullises, very cool, I must say. Alright. Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it as any, right? I'm never going to get used to that visual, that just looks so strange. Thank you to my singular mystery viewer, at least I assume it's been the same guy all 3 times. I have a feeling it might be Charlie, if so, hello. And even if it's not, hello still. Anyway, thanks for watching this. A bit of a break from all the Helldivers content. And it was just a sort of fun little one-off project thing to do, really. As I say, I don't have any current plans to resume the livestream series for Age of Warfare, the Minecraft one. I do have a plan for how to conclude it, though. I don't just want to leave it abandoned. I will eventually return to it, and I have like several episode ideas to conclude it, like fighting a Hydra, exploring an ancient city, going to the end. We have not done that at any point, so do that as well. Maybe find a lightning dragon, stuff like that, you know. And maybe one last climatic fight against the pillagers, since they are supposed to be the main antagonist of the series. Age of Warfare, hence the name. But yeah, so again, thanks for watching this little doodad. And whenever I pick this up again, probably tomorrow, let's face it. But whenever I come back to this, we'll get the walls done, some terrain, and then maybe after that we can start work on the keep. Yeah, man. Okay. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. Ta-ra.